wonder whether it'll occur ever to the news media or people covering this story about Sally Yates being rightly canned. She's there because of Chuck Schumer. This is a whole setup job. Schumer at the very outset pledged to to interrupt the confirmation of President Trump's cabinet picks, and the delay and the hemming and hawing over Jeff Sessions really did create the continued presence of Sally Yates, even though she probably should have, if she had so much integrity, she should have resigned to begin with, but she's still there because Jeff Sessions isn't. And so I believe this is all a setup job. I believe that Chuck Schumer knew that there would be a first week of a flurry of executive orders once President Trump took the oath of office. And I think he decided to delay these appointments because he knew he would have a dust-up like this to be able to exploit. Doug Giles, ClashDaily.com. Doug Giles.
It's only through your show, your Clash Daily, other sources for news. Would you even get that kind of intel?
At Doug_Giles on Twitter. How you doing, brother?
Yo, Jamie.
Yeah. So I think it's been fascinating to watch, for instance, like Chuck Schumer and the rest of these guys. They're just spinning in circles. Their microphones aren't working. They're talking about how we can't have a Twitter president. It's like, yeah, we can, dude. Crazy.
Yeah, I love it. Like I always say, I love when they talk. I love when they march. I love when they start high-speed yodeling because the nation moves center-right. They're like, man, I don't know about this Donald Trump guy, but I know I don't want Nancy Pelosi and Weepy Chuck at the helm. So I dig it. But, you know, we're the progenitors of fake news and lies, Jamie, so we just plod on our merry way.
Hey,
did you see this teacher calling out for the assassination of Trump in Dallas?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Apparently, she's got some bad news, as you point out on Clash Daily.
Let me ask you a question, Jamie.
Yeah.
I know you're supposed to ask me questions since I'm the guest, but did you take any art classes in high school?
Yeah.
Yes, so did I. I don't know if you know this or not, but I got my undergrad in fine art with a minor in art history. And I took a lot of art classes. We drew nudes for like 4 years. We would do line drawing, gesture drawings. We would do blind contour drawings where we don't even look at our paper. We just look at the object and our hand kind of moves with our mind. Real freaky stuff. You know, one thing that we never were taught in my art classes that I went to at Texas Tech University was to assassinate Ronald Reagan. We never had that session by our art teacher.
Right.
But if you go to a Dallas high school, boy, oh boy, you'll get that class on how to kill Trump.
Yeah. Unbelievable. And she had her little squirt gun go and everything else, but now she's been placed on administrative leave, huh?
Yeah, and I dig it. Thank God. In certain sections of America where they're still sassy secularists and completely pussified, they would have probably made her principal of the high school. But in Texas, you know, we like this country called America. We dig our founding documents, and we perfected the attitude down here. So we sent this chick packing. But I don't know if you saw this other one. We're putting it up on Clash here in Uno Momento, as they say down here in the South, but Magnatone, a big guitar and amplifier manufacturer, Ted Kornblum. Jamie, are you familiar with Ted Kornblum?
No, I'm not, Doug Giles.
He's the founder and CEO of Magnatone, and Ted put out on Facebook, and oh my God, are we going to make him pay for it? He goes, rest easy, people. It'll only take 100 days till Trump gets a bullet in the head.
Oh. Unbelievable.
It's only going to be 100 days before you're in the unemployment line. We're going to give his Twitter handle, his Facebook feed, his company's phone number, email address, and we're going to send a little looky here to the FBI.
Well,
this is unbelievable stuff, man.
Right.
I mean, you and I would be in we would be in hardcore prison singing the Shazbot blues if we ever said anything like this about Obama. I completely opposed Obama radically and fundamentally, but I would never say anything like that, and it disallowed anybody in my presence who remotely tried to go there. I'd get up and walk away or tell them to shut the you-know-what up and get out of the room.
Yeah, and then this woman from the Sunday Times and also a Penguin book author, and she's on your site as well, and I was trolling her a little bit on Twitter over the weekend. She did the same thing this woman did, and nothing's happened to her. She's still an employee of the Sunday Times, still a writer for them, and still certainly on contract with Penguin Books.
Yeah, and again, with the Times in the UK, they deem her a journalist, and her exact tweet is, and her name's India Knight, and her tweet is, "The assassination is taking such a long time."
Yeah.
Bro, this is, again, double standards, please, quadruple standards.
Can I go back to high school for a second? Because you'll like this. I had art class, but I also had woodworking class, where we had, we used a lathe and all that kind of stuff. I made a .22 caliber cannon. My teacher never even noticed, but I bored a .22 caliber cannon out at my woodworking class.
Yeah, those are good old days, man. You know what I used to make in shop? Because I was quite the rapscallion, and I'm back then. I'm still a small guy. I'm 5'11". I weigh 170 pounds. I'm not some big strapping football player, Tim Tebow type guy. So I had to have weapons, Jamie. So what I did is that I laid out billy clubs made of teak wood, and I would put it between my door and my seat, my Z28. And so we'd be out drinking adult beverages and getting into some trouble and things. And somebody tried to beat me up. I'd pull out my teak bat that I made in wood shop and beat the bejesus out of them. Another thing that I made, and Jamie, you will appreciate this. Your young co-host and your young audience probably won't even know what I'm talking about. But, brother, I made a wonka waterbed.
Oh, you did?
I did, man.
Those were the days.
It was kind of sketchy, but, I enjoyed it for a couple of years.
Those were the days when we'd go to we even had auto shop, and all we would do is work on our cars. It's like, how did we get away with that? It's just crazy, man.
I love it, and that's the reason why we rule and Generation Crybaby drools and stuff, and has to have coloring book. When we played with band saws, we tried to cut our buddies' hands off. We'd throw chunks of wood in the back of their head while they're working on a big table saw. And we loaded our friends in the back of our pickup truck and tried to sling them out going fast around corners.
Yeah, I still remember exactly how to put in a water pump in a 1971 Chevy Impala, that's for sure.
Yeah, you're dang right.
If I
we
have
didn't
to
talk about assassinating Jimmy Carter back then either.
No, I mean honestly, I just he's the president of the United States. That's the bottom line, and yeah, it's a crazy world we live in. I noticed President Obama. What did it take? I hear different dates, but it's either 8 years or 9 years that W has kept quiet, and 8 or 9 days before Big Mouth opened his mouth.
Yeah, he didn't last long, did he? And also, I'd be remiss if I didn't mention, did you see the Screen Actors Guild, or what I like to call the sad activist garbage? Did you see them blathering anti-Trump sentiments in that lead actor on a show that I love called Stranger Things, which I'll never watch again after I saw that moron say that he'd like to punch. And he implied it was Trump in the face. It was just one long diatribe, and I would like to let your listeners know that, these people who live in these dream lands of make-believe, who entertain us, I think we ought to boycott them. And I'm not a big boycotter, Jamie, but I think these morons need to learn. You need to shut up and act, and we're officially done with you. Make guitars, sing songs, portray other people on movies, start talking crap about our nation, our national security, and our economy, and our and a president who's finally shaking things up in the right direction, then you know what? We're not going to watch your stupid crap on Netflix.
Yeah.
We'll go back to I don't know, Jamie. John Wayne.
Yeah,
Dirty Harry, something like that.
Yeah, they don't realize it's like, I'm a big fan. I love Bruce Springsteen's music, but it's not that I would boycott him. I just don't listen to him the same way I listen to him.
The same way, right?
Yeah, I mean, it just changes things for me, and that's just kind of the way it is. There's no way of getting around it all, and I feel bad, but that's just the way it is. All right, brother, listen, ClashDaily.com @Doug_Giles. Appreciate you as always, my friend.
Cheers, buddy.
All right, take care. It's Common Sense Radio.